that the man is a single mother. If the man lives, is he not going to be a single mother?
Exactly. No. Exactly.
What's your own opinion on the matter?
My opinion on the matter that you cannot test a woman you want to marry.
Why not? Why?
Why? Because maybe you can test and later on you cannot continue the relationship. You know, you can just maybe want to test and go away. Nobody knows what is in the mind of the guy, what he keeps in his mind. And when you give yourself to somebody that you are not married to, later on he disappoints you, you will be disappointed all over your life.
Is the one that wants to disappoint the man? Is the one that wants to disappoint the man?
Some men, when they test a woman, they not marry her.
It's a lie, they will marry her.
No, you are not sure of that. You are not. I am not a man, but I know some men.
That is why you say not some men. That is why I be testing them.
No, that's not where she's going.
I know some guys that don't
yourself.
No.
You know men, not even man. You
I know some men
I want to test one woman. No. You will test that woman.
Because I have seen that. Calm down. I have seen a guy that did the same thing to a lady. He tested her. Give her this. No. I don't agree on that.
She wants to do it.
Okay.
Calm down.
Hi, welcome back. I am so excited. You won't believe who just walked in. Our very own Mr. Segun Arinze. I am so honored to have you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mima.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
And thanks for the homely setup.
Thank you for joining us. Okay, I would like to get your opinion on a couple of topics that we've been discussing lately. Recently, we've had clients come in with complaints about issues that border on premarital sex. One of them just left us today, and it's about a young couple that the husband-to-be wants her to be pregnant before he can pay her bride price, before the wedding. So I'd like to know, what do you think about that?
Well, it's like going into an electronics store and asking to buy a television set or a fridge or something and asking them to test it before you buy. That's how it is for most people. But I think for me, it's ridiculous because you see, when it comes to issues of pregnancy, that's nature, that's God-given, and you don't play trial and error with God. God is God. So I don't think it's proper. If you believe in love and you love the person, your partner, and you have issues along the line, you be patient, pray for it, and if there are medical issues, go check it out. I mean, like when I got married, my wife was very worried. For the first 2 years, she was, I would have to be. I said, listen, you just need to calm down. And what even made my case even bad was because I had had kids before her. Before her. So she was also, I said, no, you know what? Calm down. It will come. Eventually, it came. We have 3 kids now. So you see, one other problem with it, again, is external influences. When you have either the father, a mother, particularly most women actually, mother of the groom goes, when am I going to get my grandchild and all that, and there's a lot of pressure starts coming. Sometimes even from the mother of the bride as well. We need a grandchild, and then you see they put so much pressure on you. We need to avoid the pressure, because I've always said one thing about marriage. Wedding is when people come together and celebrate the couple. Marriage is after everybody has gone. You're just left to the couple to deal with themselves. So I think people should learn to mind their business. Leave the couple, let them try whatever they have to try, go through it. It's like having a toddler. A toddler tries to get up, falls, until it starts working. So in Africa here, we like to put pressure on couples. I need my grandchild, I need my nephew, I need my niece. I don't think it works. I don't think it's proper. Elsewhere, other parts of the world is, you got married, sort it out. And if it gets that bad, you adopt a child. So I'm putting so much pressure on that. Go and get pregnant before I marry you. You're not buying a product from the market. It's not proper. What makes you even think that after she gets pregnant, you get married, that she will not lose a child along the line? What makes you even think? You're not sure about that. So I think it's unreasonable on my part. It's unreasonable. It's unwise. It's just not the right thing to do.
Welcome back. You have heard it all from the members of my team and the family involved in this matter. First of all, no marriage should be done because of procreation. Children are gifts from God and responsibilities that one day move away. At the end of the day, you will be left with your spouse and the love that you share. You can follow us on social media with the information scrolling below your screen. From me to you, and until I see you again next time, remember that you don't have to go through life's challenges alone. You know why? Mima cares.
This is the network service of the NTA.
I'm glad to have you join us on the program from the National Assembly. I am Ignatius Nko. Well, today the Senate will not be sitting, and because of that, we'll bring to you a package on a public hearing convened by the Senate Committee on Solid Minerals. At that public hearing, participants agreed on the need for more legislation to ensure the diversification of Nigeria's economy, especially through solid minerals.
On behalf of the Senate Committee on Solid Minerals, Mines, Steel Development and Metallurgy, I wish to welcome His Excellency, the President of the Senate, Senator Ahmad Lawal, who is ably represented by the Minority Whip, my brother, Senator Philip Tanimu Aduda. I also wish to welcome the Honorable Minister of State, heads of departments and agencies, industry players, stakeholders, and well-meaning members of the public to this public hearing. We consider this a very important stage in the discharge of our legislative duties, as laws can only be passed when the opinions of the general public and those concerned are heard. This public hearing are consequent upon the referrals by the resolutions of the Senate as part of the responsibility of this committee to ensure adherence to due process in litigation and in legislation. The referrals before the committee made on different sittings consisted of 4 bills and 1 motion. These are as follows. 1, sponsored by Senator Maratanko Almakura, and 1 motion. Number 5 is a motion, urgent need to investigate the loss of $9 billion annually due to illegal mining and smuggling of gold. The motion was sponsored by Senator Oji Uzo Kalu. The committee considers it expedient to take on them in 2 consecutive days in order to ensure a pragmatic and efficient discourse so as to meet the timeline for the submission of the reports back to the Senate. For today, we are considering bills 1 and 2 above, namely bills to establish Nigerian Mineral Development Corporation, NMDC, and bill to establish Solid Mineral Producing Area Development Commission. While thanking the President of the Senate for making time to attend this through his representative, Senator Aduda, I wish all of us successful deliberation.
I am pleased to be part of this public hearing on 4 important bills and a motion, Nigerian Minerals Development Corporation Establishment Bill 2021, SB 505, Solid Minerals Producing Areas Development Commission Establishment Bill 2021, SB 713, the Institute of Bitumen Management Establishment Bill 2021, SB 749, and the Explosive Act 1964 Repeal and Reenactment Bill 2021, SB 749. The motion included in this hearing is on the urgent need to investigate the loss of $9 billion of illegal mining and smuggling of gold. The outline of the bills is about strengthening the regulatory frameworks in alternative revenue-yielding sectors for the nation's economy and about avoiding leakages in earnings. Our monocultural economic outlook has been most concerning, while diversification has been a focus over the years. Relatedly, the steel, solid minerals, and agricultural sector are identified as some areas we can harness. For the solid mineral sector, which is our focus today, our potentials are enormous, considering our natural endowment and the varieties at our various disposals. Our responsibility is therefore to appreciate this gift and grow the legislations guiding exploration and generation and the use of the occurring resources. Added to this is the need to learn from experiences of oil exploration in the spheres of administration, community relations, resources, generation and distribution, and then sustainability. While the 4 bills before us are connected to these issues, the motion on investigating our loss is also germane, considering the benefits, if otherwise well applied. Regardless, our gathering here is to explore all perspective about the proposals towards an appropriate decision to help the growth of our economy and the good governance of our nation. The Senate Committee on Solid Minerals, Mines, Steel Development and Metallurgy is well prepared to hear us in line with its mandate and consistent with our operational procedures. I therefore urge us all to be forthcoming with our inputs, realizing that we are all stakeholders in the development of a vibrant economy. I thank you all for coming in your numbers, and it is now my pleasure to declare this public hearing open. God bless you all. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
That you are all welcome to this great occasion that we decide the future of our mineral resources, like that of oil resources. It's a very great occasion that everybody must participate, and we will welcome all of you with good suggestions that will move that solid mineral resources forward, and that will create a lot of fund and resources and revenue to move our economy forward, so that we will not have only one wing to fly. This time around, we want to have all the 2 wings to fly. when the mineral resources, solid minerals, and so on, are moving fine like that of oil. We don't want to depend on oil alone. We want to depend on all other minerals instead of wasting it.
It is my honor and privilege to present to this public hearing the salient details and justifications for the establishment of the Nigerian Mining Development Corporation, NMDC. The need for this outfit has become necessary given the mundane and incongruent manner in which the solid mineral industry has over the years found itself due to lack of policy that could stimulate production, national best practices. With these problems, it is observed that unbundling of the sector can be the salvation. This is even more so that the present administration of President Muhammadu Buhari is receptive to making decisions that align with templates in most advanced climes. As part of this administration's effort towards the diversification of the Nigerian economy, one of 9 priority areas is stabilizing the macroeconomy by strategically diversifying Nigeria's economy from being a monoproduct economy to the productive development of various sectors of the economy. Next to agriculture, the solid mineral sector has been identified as one with the potential to compete and eventually replace crude oil as a major source of foreign exchange earnings. Consequently, the Economy Recovery and Growth Plan, ERGP, created focus labs made up of professionals from the mining sector to create intervention programs to de-risk the solid mineral sector and increase revenue, making the sector more attractive to both local and foreign investors. Nigeria is blessed with an abundance of solid minerals in 5 distinct classes: precious minerals, gemstones, like ruby, emerald, etc. Metallic ores, like lead, zinc, copper, etc. Construction minerals, like laterite, granite, gravel, and sand, etc. And energy minerals, like bitumen, coal, and uranium, among others. All this resource remains largely untapped and unexplored. However, the proposed Nigerian Mineral Development Corporation seeks to develop upstream exploration and production, midstream mineral processing and metallurgy, and downstream logistics, trade, and export, which will catalyze investment in the entire mining value chain in Nigeria. Distinguished colleagues, representatives of the Federal Minister of Mines and State Development, its departments and agencies, and industry stakeholders present in this public hearing, it is expected that the establishment of the NMDC will urgently address the challenges of internally generated revenue, IGR, currently facing state governments in Nigeria, as it would provide the much needed revenue to deliver on the administration's priority areas of infrastructure development, social and poverty reduction, industrialization, and job creation for the citizens of Nigeria. Upon establishment of the corporation, initial funding shall be by way of a sovereign guarantee covering the sum of 5 billion naira only for a successful takeoff of the operations, including all initial capital and operating expenditure. The federal government of Nigeria will pay up its 70% equity contributions, and the institutional investors shall pay their respective equity participation to the corporation. Subsequent upon the NMDC, subsequent funding of the NMDC would be through the Nigerian Mineral Development Fund, which will be managed by the corporation strictly in accordance with Nigerian monetary policy and international best practice. The NMDC is proposed to be a state-owned enterprise, SOE, with private sector participation and government control as the vehicle for unbundling the upstream and downstream commercial activities in the Nigerian solid mineral sector. The activities and scope of the corporation will broadly cover the following areas. A, mineral exploration for solid minerals located within Nigeria with a view to developing mining assets to definitive feasibility study, DFS stage, and bid such blocks to local and international investors through a transparent bidding process. B, investment in mineral processing and metallurgical technology for identified and economic and commercially viable minerals and metals in Nigeria for import, substitution, and export as a direct source of revenue to the government. C, creation and management of the Nigerian Mineral Development Fund, which will be an independently managed fund set up by the corporation as a channel for proper investment in the solid mineral sector. D, the fund will be sourced independently of the federal government, from local government and from local and international banks and non-bank financial institutions. E, creation of an active solid mineral exchange and all associated key enablers to provide a trading window for both individuals and institutional investors in the Nigerian mineral sector. F, ensure technology transfer and local content development in the solid mineral sector to enhance local content participation in line with local content policy of the federal government. The strategy for the successful creation of value in the solid mineral sector by the NMDC is hinged on its partnership with government through the Ministry of Mines and Steel Development and the private sector to implement a mines to market master plan covering upstream, midstream, and downstream activities. The strategy includes the commercial and administrative segments, The commercial segment will focus on acquiring selected licenses for the 7 priority minerals: gold, lead zinc, iron ore, barytes, limestone, bitumen, and coal, through partnership agreement with state and local government, while sharing revenue with them in pre-agreed ratios. The administrative segment is built around the provision of consultancy and support services to the Ministry of Mine and State Development across the entire gamut of the mining value chain to aid efficient regulation and enforcement of all provisions enshrined in the Mineral and Mining Act of 2007. Until there is a constitution amendment to sort out the exclusive legislative monopoly by the federal government in mining, this outfit will provide channel through which states and local governments can participate through the provision of SPV, which will enable them leverage their solid mineral endowment. The need to establish the Nigerian Mining Development Corporation cannot be overemphasized. Accelerate infrastructural development and will also bridge the gap of unemployment and foreign exchange earnings, thereby bringing the nation to financial prosperity short to medium term. This, I believe, will be the most pragmatic approach to the diversification of the Nigerian economy.
I sincerely want to use this wonderful opportunity to welcome you all to this public hearing of the bill for an act to establish the Reducing Area Development Commission. Your esteemed presence has once again proved your patriotic zeal for the development of our dear country, Nigeria. This bill for an act to establish the Solid Mineral Producing Area Development Commission is one of my bills that is very dear to me. And for you to make our time to be here for its deliberations make me feel highly elated and hopeful that our prospect as a nation can only depend in fortunes than woes. My distinguished colleagues, distinguished guests, we have been informed truly and constantly that Nigeria is endowed with abundant mineral resources, including gold, iron, lead, zinc, rare metals, coal, and gemstones, etc., which, when harnessed, could serve as a catalyst for our sustainable development. Result of my personal research of this across states of the Federation made me to slightly align with the comment of a former British Member of Parliament, Mr. Ivan Lewis, who opined that Nigeria is too rich to be poor. His opinion could not be unconnected with the fact that aside mineral endowment, the mineral sector has failed to meet public expectation of driving economic growth and generating employment to our teeming youths. Almost all states in the Federation has one solid mineral deposit or the other. For those of us who do not know why Kogi State is called Conference of Opportunities, kindly be informed that aside linking the major sectors of this country, Kogi State has at least 2 mineral deposits in each of the 21 local government areas of the state. Also in Adamawa State, there are solid minerals like bentonite, gypsum, kaolin, and magnesite in commercial quantities. The situation is similar in Nasarawa, Plateau, Bauchi, Benue, Cross River, Kaduna, Jigawa, Yobe, Zamfara State, Osun State, Ebonyi State, where we have feldspar, limestone, gold, mica, dolomite, coal, columbite, sapphire, and several other mineral deposits. That is why, as an economist, I am unsettled by the present pitiable condition of solid mineral sector to the nation's annual gross domestic product, GDP. While many have, however, attributed the situation to overdependence on crude oil, poor legal, regulatory, and institutional framework, and lack of up-to-date geoscience data that can facilitate investment decision-making, I am ever optimistic that with the right legislation and political will, which the present administration is ready to muster, the situation can be turned around. From the foregoing, you agree with me that it is only when much needed attention is given to solid mineral sector, host communities, and other related issues that much talked about diversification of the Nigerian economy will be feasible. These, among other reasons, are the basis for this bill for an act to establish the Solid Minerals Producing Area Development Commission, which, with special focus on inherent and latent environmental devastation as a result of exploratory or mining activities. Ladies and gentlemen, if this bill sails through, the commission that will be battered thereof, will be charged with the power to formulate